Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, or so far since you woke up. I wanted to come on because I want to share a story with you guys, and I'm not going to get into it right just yet. I want people to come in here because I think it's important that you guys hear this story, okay? Last night when I was cruising the interwebs of TikTok, I fell upon a video of a woman talking about some people that were unhoused, homeless, and they were in a tent below her two-story window. Okay? Hey, Jennifer, what's up, girl? And she was talking about them being homeless and how it was a burden and why are they homeless over there? You know, she has to look out her window and see these homeless people, you know? And so it got me to thinking about how people treat people that are unhoused like they are like not real people, like they're not just human beings like you and I are. So I want to share a story with you guys, and I want you to sit with me and listen to this story because it just has a meaning. Okay, it has a meaning at the end of it, and I promise you it'll be entertaining also. Okay, so one thing about me is ever since my little boy was old enough to walk and talk, I've always taught him to be kind to other people no matter what their circumstances are, okay? And the way I have been able to teach my son that is whenever we would see somebody that was unhoused here in Little Rock, we would always stop and talk to them. If we were driving out of the Walmart and there was a lady flying a sign, right, for money, we would pull over and stop and talk to her. Of course, I would give her some money, and then we would ask her story. How did you become homeless? Why are you choosing to be homeless, or are you choosing to be homeless? You know, and just like try to understand what that person is going through, and just be an ear to that they can talk to at that very moment, right? So me and my little boy have always done this. Well, one day, about 2.5 years ago, we were driving down Rodney Parham here in Little Rock. And I was driving, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. And all of a sudden I hear my little boy in the back, "Hey, Mama, are we going to stop and talk to that guy?" And we had just stopped at a red light. And I looked to the right, and at the bus stop, there was a man sitting on the bench with his head in his hands like this. Like he was just sobbing. And I said, you know what? Yeah, we are going to stop and talk to that guy. So I pulled over in the parking lot. We had our big ass giant black lab dog with us. And I told Nate, sit in the car. When I wave over for you, you can come over too. So I got out of my car and I approached the gentleman and I said, "Hey man, what's up? Are you okay? My name's Nicole." And his head raised from the palm of his hands and his eyes got real big and bright. And he said, "Nicole DeMeo?" And I was like, "That's my maiden name." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "It's me, Ian. I went to school with this kid." For those of you guys that don't know, I'm 40 years old. I graduated school over 20 years ago, right? And here is this guy. I'm in another part of Arkansas. I'm not even in my hometown, who I went to school with, who is sitting on this bus bench crying and homeless. Okay. And so I waved my son over and I said, "Yeah, man, what's up? What's going on? What's wrong? Why are you in this predicament?" Because he was embarrassed. You know, he had track marks all over his arms. He had pick marks all over his face. And I could just tell he was not in a good way. And that's when he said, "I'm homeless and I'm addicted to heroin." And I was just like, I know what that feels like. And I told him, I said, "There's nothing you can say that will make me judge you, because I used to be addicted to drugs too. I was an intravenous user too." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, and I've been sober at this time. I think I had like 4 years sober." I said, "Yeah, I've been sober for 4 years." And I was like, "What happened? How did you get to this predicament?" And that's when he told me, "I graduated high school. I went to college. I got my degree, I became a doctor, legit doctor. The kind of doctor that whenever you like have a missing leg, you have to, that kind of doctor. I guess orthopedic doctor, I'm not sure what kind, but a doctor that has to do with that kind of doctor. And legit, you guys, all of this was legit. He's literally from my hometown. I checked everything out. Because, whenever you talk to somebody, they could just be, saying things to like blow smoke up your ass. He said, I was a doctor and I was like always bending down, like fitting people for prosthetics and doing all these things at my job. And my back was killing me. So I went to my doctor and I got a prescription for Oxy to help my back, right? And this was back whenever they were giving the Oxy out. And he said, I didn't think anything of it. I was taking it every day because it was prescribed one a day, and I was going to work and I was doing my thing, right? He said, then I started to notice that I needed more than one to get through the day. And he's like, that's when it started. He said, I started taking 2, 3, 4, and then so on and so forth until he said he was running out of his prescription early. He was calling to see if the doctor would get him refills. And he's another doctor. So, like he probably has a rapport with his doctor because they're both doctors, right? But he still doesn't want to like do this and like make himself look bad, right? At the end of the day, what ended up happening was he ended up diverting medication. He ended up losing his job. His wife left him with his daughter, and he got strung out on the streets of Little Rock on heroin. And he was sitting there in front of me, a man who was had a 6-figure job, right in front of me, homeless on the bench in Little Rock. And I never ever would have even stopped if it wasn't for my little boy having compassion for people, And so he started crying, and I started crying a little too. My mom, and of course my little boy's like, Mom, stop crying, and I was like, you ran into the right one today. I was like, this is a miracle. I said, I've been sober for 4 years, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you off the streets, and I'm going to help you. So I went home, and I gave him my phone number, and he gave me his phone number. And I went straight home, and I got on my YouTube channel. And we raised $400, and we paid for his first month's rent in sober living. And we helped him get on the methadone clinic. And I took that $400 and I picked him up, and we went to the sober living house, and I paid the person the money for his first month's rent. After we had done that, he was just so grateful. He wanted to thank everybody on my YouTube channel, right? But he was embarrassed to show his face. So we called him on the phone. And you should have heard it, you guys. I think I still have it on my YouTube channel. He was so grateful. He was so grateful that we helped him. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I would have never stopped if my little boy hadn't said something, because I was just like in my own zone at that time. Normally I would, but at that time I was on my way home, and Rodney Parham is right by my house. And so I was in the zone to get home, Jenny, love you, girl. And I just remember thinking, like, what if everybody pulled over and asked people that were struggling how they got there? What if everybody just took a chance to find out why somebody is in the predicament that they're in? I know that we can't save all people, you know what I mean? But just stopping and listening, and just giving a listening ear to let somebody know that they're not alone, and that, you are here and you're listening to what they've gone through, that can help so much, So I want to see if I can, I know this video is on my, channel, and it's just like, it was like 4 years ago, but I had to come on here and tell that story to you guys, and my YouTube channel will remember because they're the real MVPs. Okay. I came home and I got on my YouTube channel and I was bawling my eyes out, you know, and I was like, you guys, we have to help this guy. We have to help this guy. And they immediately jumped on helping him, you know, and, I was just so grateful, you know what I mean? So freaking grateful. Here it is. I found it, you guys. I found it. Y'all want to hear it? I found the video. Okay, guys. Nate's opening up his... Oh, no, this isn't the right one. Ian. That's not the right one. That's a gift from Ian. Say hi, everybody. Not the one I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I know I have it on here. I know I do. A man with the proper dedication, motivation, man, I'm emotional. Vote for a man who will fight for lower taxes. But anyway, I'll find it, you guys, because it's on my channel. Just give me a second. It'll take me a second to find it, but I'll find it. But like, if we would all just like stop and like try to help people, you know what I mean? You have a yeast infection, honey. You better go get you an antibiotic. Man, but I saw this lady's video last night, you guys, and she was talking about how there was homeless people basically living under her window, and hey, y'all, and how inconvenient it was to have these people that are homeless living underneath her window, right? That she has to wake up every morning and see these homeless people, you know? And I just thought, damn, man, how ruthless do you have to be so judgmental of people who are unhoused? Like, honestly, you guys, like, what makes people who are unhoused different than us? Just because they don't have a roof over their head? Do you know what I'm saying? And so it just blew me away, man. It just blew me away. And I didn't realize, like, how much people really do judge people, you know? I'm trying to find this video, y'all. Yeah. And honestly, like, I promise you guys, somebody that's out there that's homeless, they don't want to be out there, dude. I promise you. Like, they want to be in a nice, warm house, okay? And when they say they do want to be out there, it's a lot of times because people struggle with mental illness, okay? Or they went to a shelter, and these shelters are horrible. In these shelters, you guys, they get robbed. They get RAPED'd. Okay? There's people that come in and out, steal their shit. It's just horrible. Lice. You don't want to have to live in a shelter. Okay? You don't want to have to live in a shelter. And just think about it. Would you want to live in a shelter? You know? And that's what I have to ask myself. Like, whenever I see stuff going on, I think, would I want to live like that? Would I want something like that to happen? You know? And that's what I ask myself. Whenever I see somebody that's something going on, I ask myself, would I want to live like that? You know? So, man, this is going to be forever for me to find this damn video, y'all. I really want to find it, though. Because when I tell you, he was so grateful. He was so grateful. He was crying, and it was just so emotional. And we were all crying. We were all crying, dude. It was just amazing. No, I haven't talked to him lately. It was just like it was just such a good feeling, you guys. It was such a good feeling to be able to be of service to help somebody like that, you know? I'm pretty sure it was like 2019, whenever this happened, you know, 2019. But I had to tell y'all that story because it just, man, when I tell you, whew, it literally just, bam, it hit me like a million, you know, bricks. And I just, man, my little boy, he's the one who got me to pull over, though. You know, if it wasn't for my little boy saying, hey, Mom, are we going to stop and talk to that guy? I wouldn't have stopped and talked to him, you know, because I was busy that day and I had other things on my mind, you know. So helping someone with rent, maybe that. Man, I got everything on here except for that damn video. And you guys have got to see my YouTube channel and all the videos. I mean, I'm finding all these videos and they're literally so good. I have one called Suboxone, Sex, Energy, and Depression. And it is like so good.
Well, I was wrong.
Like I'm watching it right now.
He knew that Suboxone could help him stay sober. And I didn't have any experience with it like that. So about 3 days went by and I was white knuckling it. And that's when I went to the doctor and I got on Suboxone too. Best decision I ever made, let me say that. Now, once I got on Suboxone, that's when everything changed. I didn't notice it immediately. It was probably about 30 to 60
So,
days.
for those of you guys that don't know, thank you for being a subscriber of mine, Jenny. If you guys want to subscribe to my TikTok account, there's a little star right here you can press. Or it's in the comments, I think, and you can subscribe. It's $4.99. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to, it's just a way you can like support me, but you don't have to. Another great way to support me is just by subscribing to my YouTube channel, liking and sharing the videos helps me out a lot. And I'm like, it really does help me out a lot. Damn, I really want to find that video, y'all. Like, I'm over here tripping because I really want to find that video. And I have so many videos, dude. This is like, oh, God. So, do you guys have any questions, or do you have any comments or anything that you guys want to talk about while we're sitting here? Because I just decided to come on and I wanted to come on and hang out with you guys. So that's what we're doing now. It's early and I am on live. Did Ian get and stay sober? That's a great question. So, he moved into that sober living house and he did great for about 6 months. He was actually the house manager and then he had a relapse. But I'm happy to announce that he had his relapse. He got right back on track and now he's actually dating one of my friends from high school. And they're doing really, really well. But he did have a relapse in between the time that he, you know, after he got sober, which that happens, you know, and I wasn't mad at him. I still have his phone number. I still call him and text him and check on him. At least once or twice a year, I will call and say, hey, guy, what are you doing? Are you doing okay? You know, I'll leave him a message, let him know that I love him and that if he needs anything, to just reach out to me, you know? But do you see how God intervened in both of our lives, and he placed me in that moment at that time, right there to help him? What were the chances that I would drive past him and know who he was? Okay. What are the chances? I have to go back to sleep. Okay, Jenny, love you, girl. Call me later. Hey, Jen. I'm more emotional now than I was 2 weeks ago, and I haven't relapsed with drugs. That's good, girl. Oh, Rachel, it's because you're feeling the feelings, baby. And you can still text me if you need to talk. Okay, I'm good at texting. I'm not good at talking on the phone, but I can text all day long, girl. I'm on subs and I hate it. I want off. I've lost my teeth and now ugly because my smile. Oh, Carrie, you lost your teeth. Well, do you think it's a combination of, your past drug use and then the Suboxone also? Because I've been on for 7 years and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. So just so you know, if you are on subs and you are worried about tooth decay, there are things you can do to prevent it, you guys. Okay. So, Suboxone is acidic. It has a pH of 3.4 or something like that. And what you can do is you can brush an hour before you dose and an hour after you dose. Okay. That will help tremendously. All right. Make sure that you're brushing and flossing daily and that you're at least getting a dental checkup every 6 months or so. Okay. And that will help. But I'm so sorry that happened to you. Some people have, it's just like genetics has a lot to do with it too. Some of us just have bad teeth, shitty teeth, so don't be upset though. You can get off of it. If you're not happy being on it, you can get off of it. There's a taper plan I made on my YouTube channel, and then I can help you with it if you want me to. Hey, what's up, Matt? What's up, baby? Matt, I don't think you were subscribed to me back then, but do you remember like 3 years ago when that guy, Ian, I pulled over and he was on the side of the road, and he was like crying in his arms like this. And so I stopped and I talked to him, and he ended up being somebody I knew from high school. And I helped him because my YouTube channel raised money for him and we paid for his first month's rent in sober living. It was so cool, you guys. If you could have seen it when we paid for his first month's rent, everybody was so freaking excited. Okay. I mean, it was like we just did the damn thing, we did the damn thing. I found the video, you guys. I found the video. If you stayed till this point, you're the real MVP. Okay, I know it's a low battery. I know. I'm all kinds of ghetto fabulously rigging this. Okay, you guys. All right, I'm going to wait for some of you to get here, and then we're going to call him on the phone, okay? And we're going to tell him that we did it, all right, y'all? I'm so excited. Like, I'm freaking going to crap my pants. I'm so excited. You got some pee in your pants? Yes, I am. My little boy.
My pants. Yes, y'all go ahead and get the comic relief from my son. He's always got to comment something.
He goes, "You're going to crap your pants, Mom?"
To get here, and then we're going to call him on the phone and let him know to tell Lou that we got the money and that... Well, he's set for 30 days. Okay, y'all?
Notice I have one of these.
Nate, good job. Okay, they see it.
He was little back then.
So I'll wait for you guys to get here. Like, helping other people, and that's what we're able to do that because we're sober. Me today. Okay, there's one person. Okay, Sonia, we're going to call him on a live stream and tell him that we did it. Okay, he's going to be so excited. So, should I wait for more people to get here?
Okay, here we go, guys.
Can y'all hear it?
I was so excited.
Ian?
Yeah.
I have some good news, honey.
What do you got?
We raised the money. We raised the money for you. Hello? Oh, God, did his phone fall? Did his phone drop me?
I was so emotional.
I think his phone dropped me. I'm like about to cry again. Hold on, let's do this again. He's gonna fucking die. Oh, yeah, his call forwarded at me. Hold on, let's try it again. And then I'm gonna I guess I'll have to call the guy. Take two. He's calling me back. Hey.
Hey, I'm so sorry, my phone cut out.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, what's up?
We got you the money for you.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. Oh my. Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to call you and tell you that I want you to tell you this. You're on a live stream right now, your voice is, so I hope you don't mind.
What?
Everybody is...
thank you to everyone, whoever's on here. This is
They
crazy.
can't see you, but they can hear your voice, okay?
All right.
So I wanted... Because when I came on today, I told them what was going on, and it was literally 3 minutes ago. And that's how quickly everybody got together and got the money together for you, and they PayPal'd it to me.
Thank you all. Thank you so much, Nicole.
So now you're set for 30 days full. All you gotta do is do the right thing.
Oh. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
So that's all you gotta do. I don't mean to put you on the spot, okay? So...
No, I didn't even hear what you said.
I was like, when I called you, I said, we got it, and then the phone hung up on me, and I was like, oh my God.
Sorry, that was a terrible self-service.
So, man, all you got to do is do the right thing. Just stay sober, stay on the right track, and people are helping you. You got a whole channel of people in recovery behind you, man, that they're invested in your story, and they want you to succeed, and we're all behind you, you know? And
I can't believe this.
That's how God is.
I'm so thankful to everyone, to you especially, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what?
You're saving my life. You're saving my life. Thank you.
I just want you to know that's... somebody did that for me. Somebody did that for me. So anyway, I'm not going to cry because I'm crying. I've cried all day. I'm just so excited for you. Your whole life is going to change, and you don't have to live your life like that anymore. You have so much potential, you know.
I won't do that anymore. This is my chance. This is my chance for anybody who's heard the story that Nicole has told you. It's completely true and honest. And this girl right here is doing God's work for real. She just changed my life today.
So anyway, listen to me.
It's a place to live, but that's for real.
Well, you know what? Now, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. I got the money. It's on PayPal. I'm going to, I guess what I'll do is, do you want me to call him and just pay it to him, or...
Yes, don't let me. Yes, I don't want anything to do with it. Just
okay.
Yeah, I'll give you his. You know his number.
I have his number.
Yes.
So
do that.
I'll handle that. And are you moved in yet?
No, I'm not moved in yet. I'll move in tomorrow morning.
Okay, cool.
But he said that I could, obviously do this at any point in time.
Okay, Nate. My son's friend came over.
He's a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, he's just like his Auntie Shell, don't you know?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I'm going to call Lou then, and I'm going to pay it up, and then just keep in contact, because keep in contact, and we're going to have you on the channel so you can tell your story by yourself without me.
I had to share that with you guys, because I remember when we called him, to tell him that we got the money got the money raised up, and I remember hearing him just go, you could hear a sigh of relief. What were the chances? What were the chances that I would be driving down Rodney Parham? Both of us were from Hot Springs. We went to high school from kindergarten to 12th grade. What were the chances that we would be in another part of Arkansas, and I would be driving by, and he would be sitting on that bench at that moment in time, and my little boy would say, "Hey, Mama, are we going to stop and talk to that guy? And I look over and I see him like this. What are the chances? I truly believe that God picked me up and put me right there in his pathway, because he knew at that moment that Ian was at his wit's end. He was about to break. He was crying on the side of the road. A grown man crying on the side of the road. He had lost everything. He lost his wife. He lost his kid. He lost his career as a doctor. Like, you guys, when I'm telling you, this guy is so smart. He comes from a good family. Like, I know his mom and dad. I know his little brother. Like, we went to high school. Like, my sister used to date his little brother. And so it was just like it was a miracle how it all happened. And that's how crazy and organic it happened. I just came straight home and I was like, you guys, we got to get this money together. I got on the phone. I got a hold of this guy named Lou. I gave him Ian's number, told Ian to give him a call so they could get it situated. And then I started working my butt off on raising money to get him in there, because I knew that if he stayed out on the streets, that he was going to die. He was going to kill himself. Like, he was at that point where he was either going to commit suicide or he was going to overdose and die. And so it was like God placed me in that very moment at that very time. And that's why when I tell you guys, there's little things like that have happened in my life that make me know that God is real. Another situation that happened that has made me realize that God is real is the day my son was born. I was skeezed out when my son was born. I had been up for like 4 days when my son was born. Okay. And my son should have not come out with no drugs in his system. He should have been on one.com. He should have been, it should have not went the way it did. And it went totally the opposite because of God, because my higher power protected my son from me, and now, so anyway, I had to share that with you guys. Like, if you ain't crying, you ain't a human being, because that shit is fucking, like, it makes me so emotional just talking about it. And it was such a good experience to be able to be of service like that. Like, and the thing what made it even better is that my people on my YouTube channel, you guys made it happen, right? You guys made it happen. And so I couldn't raise that money by myself. I didn't have enough money, right? This was before I got my job with Dr. B. This is before my husband got his good job he has now. Like, I was scraping by, honey, And so my YouTube channel made it happen. They trusted me enough to listen and say, hey, this is legit. She's not trying to take advantage of us, and we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wanted to do that here on TikTok and like raise money to help people pay their first month's rent in sober living. But here on TikTok, I get so much, people give so much hate. Like, I just don't want people to make something so great into something horrible. You know what I mean? Because it's a great, great, great thing, to be able to help people. And I don't want it to turn into this thing where people are like, oh, she's asking for donations. Oh, ba, 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 ba. You know what I mean? So yes. And I was watching this guy last night, you guys. I'll show you in just a second. Let me, just because someone is homeless does not make them less than. Okay. I've taught my son since he was a baby to be compassionate, No, that's totally normal, girl. That's your feelings coming back. Isn't it great to feel again? It's an amazing feeling, huh? Feeling is an amazing feeling. I gotta brush my teeth. And we gotta read our meditation this morning. But damn, dude, that got me emotional. I seen this lady's video is what prompted all this. I saw this lady talking about homeless people living outside of her house, you know? And she was so bothered by it. It was such an inconvenience. When I see people act like that, it really makes me mad. Because I think, what if that was you? You know? What if you fell hard on your luck and you didn't have money for rent and you were homeless? You know? It could happen to anybody. Especially nowadays, it's just so unpredictable because of like everything that's happening in the world. Anybody could end up homeless, you know? You know, normally I think I can tell the difference, but I have been bamboozled before, you know, where I trusted somebody and I shouldn't have. Okay, y'all ready? For the past few weeks, we have been asking ourselves some searching questions. We have not been able to answer them all as we would like. But on the right answers to these questions will depend the usefulness and effectiveness of our lives, and to some extent the usefulness and effectiveness of the whole AA movement. It all boils down to this. I owe a deep debt to my program and to the grace of God, and I'm going to do all I can to repay that debt. Let us search our souls, make our decisions, and act accordingly. Any real success we have in life will depend on that. Now is the time to put our conclusions into effect. What am I going to do about it? I pray that I may see the working out of God's will in my life. I pray that I may be content with whatever He wills for me. Hey. All right. So I got so emotional. That's what a great way to start my morning, is finding that video, getting you guys to hear it. Like, I'm telling you, you could just hear the relief in his voice when I told him, we raised the money, you know? And that was, when was this? What year was this? I'm pretty sure it was 2019. So, anyway, what do y'all want to talk about today? I made a lot of videos last night. Curly Noodle says, how is he doing now? He's doing great. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. And he actually is dating one of my friends. And they live probably like 20 or 30 minutes away in Benton. And so I call him and I check on him like once or twice a year. Like, especially during the Christmas season, I always remember, like, oh gosh, I got to check on Ian. And so I'll give him a call, you know. But when I tell you guys, like, that moment, seeing him like that, knowing that he has this, like, here's the thing. It really cemented in my life and taught me that drugs don't discriminate. Just because you have just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you're immune to addiction, you know? And for some reason, I would always just look at doctors and people that had money as, you know, being immune, right? But when I saw him and he told me, you know, about his job, being a doctor and what he did for a living, and he had his own practice, y'all, in Conway, okay? Like, this dude was legit, doing great. And all that happened was he hurt his back at work. He got put on Oxy. And, man, before he knew it, he was overtaking it and running out early and trying to get more. Hey, Fluffy fam. I'm uploading it on my YouTube channel after I get off live, just so you know. So you'll be able to see this video. Oh, crrr, oh, crrr. No one is exempt. Exactly. Exactly. And I just think it's easy to forget, you know, when people have money, I feel like it's just easier, you know, but that doesn't mean that they don't struggle also. And that really taught me that whenever I seen Ian in the position that he was in, you know, yeah, they have easier access to that kind of stuff, which makes it even harder because of the fact that they do have easy access. So having it at their fingertips like that makes it a lot more challenging, you know. Did you guys see my video yesterday that I put up showing my weight loss project? My weight loss. What am I trying to say? Not my process, my weight loss, like something that I've achieved. What is it, you guys? My weight loss journey? No. Progress. Thank you, Kelly. Lord have mercy. Can't even think of the damn words. Weight loss progress, okay? Have y'all looked? I'm going to show you, okay? So for some reason, hey, congratulations on 108 days, baby. For some reason, TikTok has been showing you guys all my older videos, okay? Like tons of my older videos are catching steam, right? And so what had happened was one of y'all commented on one of my older videos and I was like, hold up. Hey. And I said, damn, I look better. So I'm about to show y'all. Okay.
All right, so first of all,
look at the difference, you guys. Look
how I got started on Xanax. Like, what does it feel like? What does it do? All right, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how.
Look at my face, y'all.
Xanax. Like, what does it feel like? What does it do? All right, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how.
I mean, that is a change, and if you say you can't see it, you're blind.
All right, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how I got
Look
started
at that.
on Xanax.
Okay.
Like, what does it feel like?
Also, I can go back even farther. Back in 2020, dude, I had so much weight on me, y'all. And I truly believe it was because of the pandemic, man. Like, look at this picture.
The most dangerous drug combination.
There's a lot of danger. For me, the most dangerous drug
That one. Look at my face, how round it is right here.
Methamphetamine and acid.
My face has thinned out quite a bit. Quite a bit. I want to show y'all some videos that I'm talking about from back in the day, though. Back in the day when there wasn't no pain. That one is one too.
What is methamphetamine made out of? Like, why is it so
my
bad
face was like a straight up basketball, y'all. Potato.
Things that we would go purchase to make meth.
Look,
So here we go.
this was when I had blonde hair, highlights in my hair too.
We buy as many boxes of Sudafed, aka ephedrine, that we could, so that
because your body, yeah, honestly, that has been a huge trigger for me, is my weight, and so that's why I have been like just really working hard on trying to get it in check, you know what I mean? Because it literally, it rocks my world every day. When I wake up in the morning and I have to look at myself and I see like how I look, it makes me so disappointed in me. You know, it makes me mad at myself. And so
other signs that your loved one might be abusing methamphetamine.
you know,
So, they have got like the hugest hoard of items. It's like their pilfering pile is what
pilfering pile.
And
That was when I
all these
first really
items
started making
have no
videos,
value
and I was
together
going
or
hard in the
apart.
paint.
But they swear they're going to make something out of them.
But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys, and I probably lost like 30 pounds, but because I'm so heavy, you can barely tell, you know? And so the only places that I can tell is right here, because this has gone down a lot. And then like in my, my boobies, like when I wear my bra, it's looser. And then my pants are 100% looser. You guys, I couldn't fit into my jeans last year. Okay. Size 18 American Eagle jeans. Last year, they wouldn't even button. They were like this far away. Yesterday, I woke up and guess who put on her American Eagle jeans? And they were loose. Me, ho. Me. And I was like crying. I was so proud of myself. I was like, look, Neil, look, I told you I was losing weight. I told you I was losing weight, you know? And you know what I quit doing? I quit weighing myself all the time, y'all. I don't know how much I weigh, okay? I don't know how much I weigh. Sorry, y'all know how, y'all know I have an obsession with lip gloss, so I'll just sit here and play with different colors of lip gloss the whole time we're going live. I don't know how much I weigh. I would probably say I'm probably around 200, because I was 235 at my heaviest. So I'm probably, around 200. What do you mean to get started, Hannah? What do you mean, baby? Hey, Clarita, what's up, baby girl? What do you mean get started, honey? Explain to me what you mean, and I'll tell you what I know. Always, girl, always. I always got my lip glosses popping. My lip gloss. Yes, yes. I want to share my experience, strength, and hope. Oh, girl. Whenever anyone comes to me and they say, how do I get started sharing my story? Okay? You just got to start. You just got to start. What I did was I started a YouTube channel first, and I made a series with my whole life story on that YouTube channel. So that way, whenever I joined other social media platforms, I could link my whole story. So people would be able to go and watch my whole story, you know? And, people would invest in me because my story's 4 hours long. And so I made my YouTube channel, and I built it slowly but surely. And then I went on to Facebook, Instagram, and then TikTok. TikTok was my last social media account. Sorry, my boobies are sweating, y'all. Yeah. And so you just got to start. If you're somebody who wants to share your story, all you got to do is get out of your own way and start making content. All right? Start making content. I didn't put a lot of thought into the way I made content, but if I could go back and change things, like here on TikTok, I would have started out, and I would have started out by sharing my stories about my life, and I would have posted a story about my life and then given it time for people to, I was posting so many videos because I thought that's what I need to do, is post the more videos so more people would find me, you know? I wish I had been more intentional at the beginning, because now I have so many videos down there that I don't like anymore. And when they come up, I end up deleting them. When you guys find them is when I actually see them, because they come up in my likes. And so I delete them. You did? Thanks, Curly Noodle. Love you. That's dedication. That is a follower. That is a hardcore loyal follower. A hardcore loyal to the fucking truth follower is when they will find you on one platform but support you on all. Okay? That's when I know I got a ride or die ass bitch. Okay? When I will see them on my Facebook lives, my TikTok lives, my YouTube lives, my Instagram lives, and they're everywhere I go. And I'm like, hell to the motherfucking yeah. I noticed that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a safe and tell, if don't be afraid to share your story. Well, you know what? You know what? Be your authentic self. When you make your first video on TikTok, let them know, you guys, I'm really afraid to tell my story. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel so much fear. And then share your story. A lot of people will be able to relate to that, you know? Just remember that when you're sharing your story, that other people are going to relate to what you're going through. So you don't have to put on a show or be popular or make yourself look all perfect, because there's going to be somebody out there that can relate to what you're putting down, you know? You can't say so or you or she. Hey, Hannah, that's awesome, girl. I'm glad. You know, and so that's what I always have to remind myself is, Nicole, because I'll get caught up in the social media hype, you know, and I'll say, Nicole, all you have to do is be yourself. You don't got to be nobody else but you. Okay? They love you for you, Nicole. They don't love you because you're Jessica Kent. They don't love you because you make content like so-and-so. They don't love you because you're like so-and-so. They love you because you're you. So stay true to who you are and what you're about, you know? And I'm constantly having to remind myself of that because it's so easy for me to think I'm not doing good enough, you know? Do y'all ever feel like that? It'll be so easy for me to think, you know what? I'm not doing good enough. Nobody likes me. Nobody cares about what I have to say. Right? And then I will get so down and out on myself. And then I have to like whip myself back into shape, you know? Okay, Hannah, see you later, girl. If you ever want to come tell your story on my live stream, just let me know and we can set up a date, okay? Because I love having you guys on to share y'all's stories. So, for the people that are left in here right now, what do we want to talk about today, y'all? So, I know a lot of you guys were asking about the Recovery Delivered program that I've been telling y'all about, and tonight, Dr. Carlin is actually going to join me for a live stream, and he is going to come on, and he is actually, oh, sorry, y'all, my nose, the medical director over Recovery Delivered. My nose feels crusty. Me and my therapist are working on self-compassion because I will get so down on myself. Same, me too. Ask your therapist what I need to do for my forgiveness, will ya? It's hard. I mean, one of my friends has helped me to learn how to forgive. Her name's Melody. And she's one of my friends here from TikTok. She actually taught me that. She said, Nicole, I forgive myself, so you need to forgive yourself. And I was like, how can you forgive yourself for that? She used while she was pregnant too. And she says, because I know that I was doing the best I could with what I had at the time. No, I don't have a nose ring. Should I get one? Because at that time I was doing the best I could. I was trying and I was failing, but at least I was trying. You know, at least I was trying to do it. I shouldn't. Okay. And that's one of the biggest, struggles that I have is forgiving myself for the things that I did when I was fucked up and pregnant. I don't care. Like, I did some stupid shit in my addiction, and I don't care about any of the other stuff. The only thing I care about is the stuff I did that affected my little baby boy. Because yeah. Hey, Carissa. Good job, Summer. I'm proud of you. I think it is too. It's the hardest thing that I've ever tried to do, y'all. Ever. And I try every single day to... You did? You found me on Instagram, Rachel? That's awesome. Oh, just now you found me on there? If you, on Instagram, I'm Discovering Nicole 77. If you just type in Discovering Nicole, you can pretty much find me on every platform. I've done so much therapy, you guys. And I'm so critical of myself. I am so critical of myself. Oh, really, Rachel? Oh, cool. Good. Oh, wow. I am... So yesterday I put up a video, or last night I put up a video, you guys, and it was about the time that I mixed acid with methamphetamine, and I kind of left y'all on a cliffhanger because I didn't tell the story. But what I'm going to do is I am going to make a YouTube video and share the story with y'all. But for those of you guys that are new and don't know what I'm talking about, when I was in my active addiction, one of the scariest things that ever happened to me was when I was at my friend Nate's house. I had been up for like 3 or 4 days on meth, and some guys came over and they had acid, sweet tarts. Okay? I had never tripped acid before. And they were like, hey, y'all want some acid? And everybody was like, sure. So we went ahead and took some of the acid, right? When I tell you guys, when they tell you got to be in the right state of mind to trip, that it's really important that you not just be like, they're serious about it. And I should have fucking been more mindful, but I was high. And so that night I had the worst trip of my life. And it went all the way into the next morning. And needless to say, I ended up in the hospital. Sure did. True. My mom actually came home and I had made it to her house and she found me on the floor picking, no, I didn't call the police on myself this time. She found me on the floor in her house, looking for stuff on the floor, pilfering, trying to find, stuff like drugs, and there was nothing there. And, she was like, you know what? I knew there was something wrong whenever you thought it was normal to be on the floor in my house looking for crack rocks. You know what I mean? So I want to make a video. Yeah. I got to tell this story. Because y'all haven't heard it. A lot of y'all haven't heard it. I feel terrible about using while I was pregnant. I'm just commenting to somebody. And so that is like, if you get any advice from me at all, that would be to not mix acid and meth. Lord Jesus. When I tell you, I knew I was going to have a bad trip. I knew it. And when the trip started to kick in, it was almost like horror, right? Like darkness was coming over me. And it was like the devil, because I was with Tammy and Nate, and we were all kind of like hooking up with each other. And I was like really jealous because Nate and Tammy had been like hooking up, and I felt like they were like leaving me out, right? And so all of a sudden I got like super jealous and started like thinking that they were conspiring against me, right? But this is all part of my trip. I could not sleep. I went to go lay down to try and get myself to go to sleep. I could not sleep. I was up and down, right? Then all of a sudden, they said, let's go to Walmart. So we got in the Jeep. Now, you guys got to understand something. Nate was a methamphetamine manufacturer, okay? He was cooking meth in this trailer that we all lived in, all right? So, like, I was already paranoid as fuck all day, every day, you know? We had cameras, and I would watch the cameras, like, daily to see who was pulling up in the driveway and stuff, because that's how paranoid I was, that somebody was going to come and bust us, right? So they were like, let's go to Walmart. And I was like, getting in the truck with Nate was just like torture for me every time we did it, because I was so afraid that we were going to get pulled over. And this dude was just so twacked. He would bring like drugs with him, and it was just a fucking shit show, y'all. A shit show, okay? And so I just didn't want to have to fucking deal with it, you know? Well, we all piled up into that Jeep, and we went to Walmart. And I got out of the truck, and I went to walk into Walmart with him. And the moment I walked into Walmart and those lights hit my eyes, I freaked the fuck out and started having a panic attack. And I ran, and I got back in the Jeep, and I laid down in the back seat. I laid down in the back seat, and it seemed like 3 hours passed, okay, before they finally got back into the car. And when they got back in the car, we went back to the house. I think they were probably thinking, damn, bitch is having a bad trip, right? So we got back to the house, and I was up and down, trying to lay down, trying to get myself to calm down, trying to drink like lots of water, and I was just at my wit's end. So I was like, I said, fuck this shit, I'm leaving. And so I got in my car. Okay, now at the time I had got a flat tire, so I had a donut on my front right tire. I got in my car, and I was going to my mom and dad's house. And I was driving down the road, and I made it almost all the way to my parents' house, which is about 15 minute drive. I had made it almost totally to their house, and everything started to turn black. It was like blackness was coming from the outside, and it was all coming in. And when it would meet each other, it was going to go to black, right? And so there was a Valero gas station on the right-hand side. And I was like, dude, I got to stop. So I yielded and pulled over into that Valero gas station and threw my car into park, jumped out of my car, and everything has turned black. I walked into the Valero gas station, and I collapsed behind the cash register, asking the lady to call 911 because I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was having a panic attack, okay? And so she called 911, and the ambulance got there, and they put the thing on me, and I was breathing, I was calming down, and they were like, you know, come with us, we're going to take you into the emergency room. I did not want to go. So I told them, no, thank you. I'm not getting in your ambulance because that costs money. And I was like, I'm fine. And so I had called my mom, and I had told her that I was going to be at her house. So she just hadn't gotten home yet. And this was like 6 o'clock in the morning. She must have just left for work or something. And so I show up at her house, I get the key from underneath the mat, and I let myself in, and I am hallucinating that there's stuff all over the carpet, right? My mom walks in and finds me on my hands and knees like that. And she's like, get up. And she's like, I'm taking you to the emergency room right now. And she took me to the emergency room. And when I got there, they gave me Valium. And then they pumped me full of liquids because I was hella dehydrated from being up for so many days on meth. And they monitored me there for 8 hours, y'all. That's how I was really, really struggling. But it was so scary. So scary. I cannot stress to you guys how afraid I was. I really thought that I was not going to come back from that trip and that I was going to be stuck like that for the rest of my life. I feel evil entities while doing drugs. I'm always convinced there is always one more person around. Hey, Anchor Girl. Hey, good job, baby. I'm proud of you, girl. 18 months. That's amazing. Rachel, that's because drugs and alcohol open us up to that spirit, to that realm, right? Because we're putting things in our body that are not supposed to be put in there, you know? And so when we do that, it makes us vulnerable, I believe. Okay. In fact, one of the things that I made a video about this a while back. I talked about how I felt like methamphetamine, okay? Methamphetamine opens you up to like demonic possession, you know? Girl, I'm doing good. I think I've lost a little, maybe a little bit over 30 pounds, but I'm doing really good. Just little by little, little by little. I was getting discouraged for a little bit there, but then I woke up yesterday morning, girl, and I could not fit into my size 18 American Eagle jeans last year. They were like this far apart, right? I put them on yesterday morning and they fit loose. Girl, I was trying to walk in my jeans yesterday, you guys, and they were falling off my ass. I need a belt. I'm so fucking proud of myself, dude. I worked my ass off. People making fun of me, calling me fat, making fun of my teeth. Hey, Heather, what's up, girl? Just picking me apart, right, on social media. I finally just had enough of it, and I was like, I'm not going to thanks, girl, thanks for the roses. I'm not going to, I'm not going to let people have the last laugh on me. I'm going to lose this weight, and I'm going to show these bitches, right? And so that's what I'm doing, and I'm telling you guys, like, wait and see. Give me about 30 more pounds and wait and see, all right? Because when you think I'm beautiful now, wait and see. And that's what I have to tell. I'm telling you guys, like, when I'm in my tip top, my weight that I'm supposed to be, I feel great. I look great, everything, right? I just had to stop eating, you guys. So, what had happened was I had gotten into such a regimen of binge eating, okay? And so that binge eating was just a cycle for me. I would binge eat at night, then I would wake up in the morning and I would feel like shit. I would go to the bathroom, my stomach would hurt, it would burn. Then by the middle of the day, I would be super hungry, so then I would binge some more. It was just like a cycle, and so I've stopped binging. I don't binge anymore. Thanks, Winter. Good, Britt. Good. When's his first appointment? Girl, this tooth right here. People make fun of me for that tooth. How'd I do it? I stopped eating. But honestly, what I did was I started taking weight loss pills that helped me with my appetite. And those pills helped me to not want to eat so much, okay? And that really, really helped me. But all the rest is, just me not eating a lot and staying away from like certain kinds of foods. But I needed something to help me at the beginning because I couldn't get started. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to tell my doctor, and he would not help me. Okay. I was like, I just need something to kickstart it, right? Oh, hold on. I'll tell you, Heather. I just need something to kickstart my weight loss, and then I will be fine, right? Just something to help me get off the first 20 pounds. He wouldn't help me, so I went over his head, right, and found me some diet pills. Truvy diet pills. They're not like a controlled substance or anything like that, but they're strong, Trashly used to sell them. And I started using those just to get my appetite in check. And then once I got my appetite in check and I started shrinking my stomach a little bit, then I started having the results and I didn't have to take them anymore. I'm one of those people that loves imperfections. I love crooked teeth. Thank you. I mean, I think it adds character. But yeah, I could shave it down. I absolutely could. Okay, so I'll tell you what happened. So the construction workers are here. They're here right now. They're working on the house. So my mother-in-law had texted me yesterday morning and said, you guys need to pack for 5 days and come stay at my house. And I was livid, okay? Because I was like, what? I'm supposed to leave people in my house for a week while I'm not there? No, right? And you guys have to understand something. I pay my mother-in-law $1,300 a month rent. We've never missed a payment. She doesn't give us a discount, nothing like that. All right. And so, there's many things that have gotten to this point that got me so upset. Like, first of all, our stove went out and I told her about it and she never replaced it. So I had to go out and buy an air fryer. Can y'all hear me? I hope they're not messing up my Wi-Fi down there. Anyway, I think they are. That happened. Then we had a leak in our roof for like a year and a half, right? Can y'all hear me? How about now? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Yeah, my Wi-Fi went out because the guys are downstairs working and they pulled the cord. That's exactly what happened. So annoying. Okay. So the stove went out. I had to compromise and get stuff for that, right? Then we had a leak. Our roof where water was pouring down, right? Into our house, right? And I'm like, and we tell her about that. All the things that were going wrong with the house, we would tell her about. And she never got them fixed, never fixed them. And we were paying full price still, okay? We never stopped paying rent. Well, we were getting ready to move out because she wants to sell the house and get it fixed up. And we want to get our own place, So we were getting ready to move out. This summer, I had found us a place. We were, going to start moving out. And she said, she had us over for dinner and she said, please, can you guys stay in the house a little bit longer? Because we pay her rent. And so she's like, can you stay and pay me rent for a little bit longer? That way, da-da-da-da-da. And I was prepared to get out in the summertime. And so my husband was like, my mom really needs us to stay a little bit longer. Can we stay? We're going to stay. He didn't ask me. He said, we're going to stay. And I was like, okay. I can't tell him no. And so we stayed. All right. And I'm thinking, we'll probably be here till the 1st of January, right? The end of the year. So I'm going on about my life. And then one day she comes over and says, hey, I need you guys to move out by October, November. And I was like, what? Hold on a second. You asked us to stay and we turned all of our whole situation and our plans around because you asked us to stay, because you asked us to stay, we're working on paying off some bills and stuff and trying to get ourselves super duper ready for when we do get out, around January. Right. And I was like, you can't just say that, like, now it's time to get out. She said one thing and then she changed her mind like 30 days later. And that's what I told her. I was like, you can't do that, you know, like you just can't do that. So it is what it is. I told her I'm going to start looking for a place. And so I put in an application, right? Like 2 days ago at a place, right? Well, she had told me and my husband that we were going to have construction done on the house and that they would stay downstairs and do the whole downstairs, and which is fine because honestly, you guys, we don't live downstairs. We don't go in the living room. We don't do anything. The only thing I do downstairs is I cook, right? Cook and do some laundry. Everything is done up here. So I was like, that's cool. I can handle that, you know? And so no problem, right? I can deal with that. So the construction workers guys come and they're working downstairs and I'm thinking, you know, everything's going good. All of a sudden they're upstairs in the bedrooms, right? And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I have all my stuff in here. They just took all my makeup out of my bathroom and piled it into a pile in my son's room. And I'm like, why are they doing this? Like, they're supposed to stay downstairs. And so I started freaking out a little bit, you know? And so, that's when she calls or texts and says, hey, you guys need to pack your stuff and come over to my house because they're going to be doing the upstairs. And I was like, wait a second. We had all come to an agreement that the bottom floor was going to be done and we could live up here. And so now what I have to do, you guys, is I have to pull all my stuff out off the hangers, off of everything, put it in boxes in the middle of my room, push all my furniture in the middle of the room so they can come in here and repaint that room and everything. So basically I have to pack my shit, then come back, unpack it, and then pack it again, which most likely what I'll do, because I'm going to have that stuff already taken down, is I'm going to go and get some Rubbermaid containers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that today. I'll take y'all with me. We'll go for a vlog. I'll take y'all with me, but we're going to go get some Rubbermaid containers and I'm going to literally list everything, like Nicole's clothes from the closet. And that's how we're going to move out and we're going to have Rubbermaid containers full of stuff, everything. And then I'm going to pay somebody to move our beds and all that kind of stuff. But that's what happened. And so yesterday I was in full-fledged panic attack mode, okay? Like I was so anxious. I was so upset. I felt like I had been taken advantage of, okay? Because one thing about me is like when we pay money for something, like that's not getting anything for free, right? That's not doing anybody any favors. Like we're paying rent, okay? And so what made me so upset is you wouldn't be able to do this to a regular person renting from you. If a regular person lived here, you would have to wait until those people moved out before you could ever even start doing work on this house, you know, and we were willing to have people in our house, you know, messing it all up because we wanted to work with you and we want to help, you know. And so, yesterday, you guys, honestly, that was the first day that I've ever been triggered to use drugs. Was yesterday. I've never been triggered like that to where I was like contemplating taking something that would calm me down. Hold on, I got to take my Lexapro. And so I was tripping. I was like hyperventilating and I couldn't breathe. And it's because everything is out of control in the house right now. Like all my personal items, like my makeup, like I can take a shower, but that's really it. You know, I have a show tonight with Dr. Carlin and I want to look nice and I can't even live stream in another room. I have to live stream in my bedroom, you know. You can stop using Maya. And so what usually happens is it's so close to the holidays too. Exactly. Like, I'm not trying to do all this right now. Like, just ease up, you know? So I put in an application to these really nice apartments right down the street. And that's what we had planned. We had planned on moving into our own apartment and saving money. So the whole point is to move out into a place that's cheaper. Okay. So that way we can save money. And that's what we're going to do. And I put the application in, and I'm literally just waiting to see if they'll approve us, you know? But like, I called my mom because I was bawling my eyes out yesterday, y'all, because I was so upset, because I was just like, she knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew that we weren't ready. She knew that we don't have anything lined up, and because she wanted to get all this stuff done when she wanted to, she didn't care about compromising, you know, our life, right? I have a kid who is in school right now, who is trying to make sure he makes good grades and all this, and it's just a complication and an inconvenience that really didn't have to happen. You know, it didn't have to happen. And my husband, though, which he usually doesn't say anything to his mom, but he actually said something to her and was like, you know, has said, like, Mom, this is messed up. You know, like, why would you do this? We had agreed on this, you know? And so I was grateful, because normally he doesn't say anything. Yes, Rachel, she does. Bad. Okay. And so she would come over, and she thought I should be boxing stuff up, right? Why would I box stuff up if I'm not moving out? If I have nowhere to live? Why would I take all my stuff down and box it up? Honestly, all we have is our dressers and our beds, a couple of odds and ends, lamps and end tables, okay? Our clothes, our shoes. Like, I didn't decorate this house, so I don't have any decorations. I got our plates and our pots and pans and stuff like that. But like, when we moved in here, I told my husband, I don't want to live in this house. I don't want to stay in this house. It's too big. It's too much responsibility. I cannot handle it. You know, we can live here until we can get on our feet. And this was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. We can move here until we get on our feet. And that was the plan from the beginning. When his dad was alive, he had told us, we're going to let you guys move in. You're going to pay us rent. And that way you guys don't have to go out and find somewhere to live, right? And we were like, okay, cool. It was a whole planned, agreed situation. And so my husband will say stuff like, well, my mom didn't sign up to be a landlord. And I'm like, no, Neil, when we were pregnant, we sat down and we all talked, and your parents said they had found a house that they were either going to have a house built or they were buying a new house. Well, they ended up buying a new house. Okay. And so they moved out and we took over, you know what I'm saying? The payments. So, yes, I'm really proud of him. He's doing really good. So, yeah, because we kept constant income coming in, and that's why I try to tell my husband, I'm like, baby, nobody's doing anybody favors over here, okay? Like, we pay rent. When we first moved in, listen to this. When we first moved in, she used to just show up at our house whenever she wanted to, right? And when I tell you, it would drive me insane, because I would come home and she would be in my house. And I would be like, what is going on, dude? why are you here? You know? And one day we came home from church. Look at this. This is all lip glosses, you guys. That's how much of an addiction to lip gloss I have. We came home from church and she was here in the house when we weren't here. And I lost my cool. I lost my cool and I went off, you know? And that was when I was like first sober and I was learning how to set boundaries, you know? And so I was having to learn how to set a boundary and say, listen, I'm sober now. You can't just walk into my home whenever you want to. You know what I mean? Like, no, the cost of living here is pretty cheap. Now, to live in Little Rock, if you want to live in Little Rock and you want to get a nice apartment, it's going to be anywhere from $1,100 and up. And so that's what we are looking at right now. I put in an application at these apartments down the street, and I think they're like $1,100. And so we'll be able to save, we'll be barely saving. But I'm going to really work hard and cut back my spending. And everything's going to be downsized, okay? So I'll have an oven so I can cook and prepare meals there. I can bake cookies. I can do all that. The whole place is going to be smaller, so electricity and lights and water will be cheap, you know? And so it's just me and my husband and my son. So now I used to rent a trailer for, you want to hear this? I used to pay $475 a month for a trailer. Hey, Carla, what's up, girl? And it was bomb. It was, I moved into this trailer. It was fully furnished, okay? Except for the bed. And it was $475 a month. I had to pay utilities, of course, but it's really cheap to live here in Arkansas. Oh man, that sucks. I hate when I get sick from the kids. Oh my gosh, what time is it? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Forgot, you guys. Dr. B is going live today. Did I tell y'all about that? Dr. B is going live today. And so I have to find out if he's going live in 10 minutes or if he's going live at noon. If he goes live, will you guys join us and come over there? Also, Carla, I saw AM to PM Pain talking about Claudia Mirandi doxing you and putting your number on some website. Is that true? If that's true, dude, that pisses me off. And I'll tell y'all this. I have had a bad feeling about that lady ever since she started bashing on Suboxone. Ever since she started being like, everybody, lawsuit Suboxone, blah, 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 blah. She hates Suboxone because chronic pain patients are getting put on it, right? Which I totally understand that they shouldn't be putting them on Suboxone, right? But she's always talking about subs and teeth, right? And honestly, you guys, I have a full face of teeth, all right? But listen, I know that when we were in our addiction, a lot of us did multiple drugs. We didn't take care of our teeth. And so to get on subs and then say that subs are the only reason our teeth are fucking up, it's kind of like, how do you know that though? Because if you abuse drugs and alcohol before you got onto subs, like that has a part to play in it too, you know? And so I just feel like it perpetuates more stigma about medication assisted treatment, you know? His time. Okay, good. 10 his time. So that's noon my time. Okay. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it, girl. It's just, it's not Suboxone's not indicated for pain, okay? So people that have chronic pain, a lot of them were getting placed on Suboxone because their doctors didn't want to prescribe pain meds to them anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so, in order to get out of having to prescribe their patients opioids, they were writing them prescriptions for Suboxone and saying that their patients had opiate use disorder instead of chronic pain. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why a lot of people in the chronic pain community, they're like, fuck Suboxone, because they need opioids. Yeah. So some people that, maybe had addiction and struggle with addiction, some people do great on subs for pain. But Suboxone is like, I'll tell you what is used for pain. That is a buprenorphine product, Butrans, and it's a patch, and it's indicated to treat pain. But Suboxone, buprenorphine that we take, it's just for it's used for opiate use disorder. But sure, I mean, it can be used for pain. What I have experienced with pain in just my own experience, and then other people that I'm friends with, is that Suboxone is great when they first get on it. Okay, Heather, come back. Suboxone is great when they first get on it because they feel it, right? But then it levels out and they don't get the same effect from it anymore. And that's why a lot of people, I feel like, that or have chronic pain, don't like it. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't help. They can't feel it helping. Hey, Ryan, what's up, baby? And so, that's why, like, if somebody asks me and they have addiction issues and they have chronic pain and they ask me, should they do Suboxone or Methadone? I would say to do Methadone because, Methadone, you take it in the morning and by the next day you need more, you feel it. With Suboxone, because of the half-life, because it lasts so long in our system, every day when we take it, it's just stacking, right? And so honestly, you could take your Suboxone on a Monday and not take any Tuesday or Wednesday or even Thursday and be completely fine, okay? A lot of it is totally in our heads, right? We start worrying, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to go through withdrawal. I'm going to be sick. I don't have my Suboxone. Blah, 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 blah. If you just totally ignored that, didn't think about that, and just went on about your day for about 3 days, you're good to go, right? Around the 4th day, that's whenever you start feeling yawny and, that kind of thing. But that's how long acting Suboxone is, and that's why I believe that Methadone is better for pain management because they can take the Methadone when they have the pain and they can feel the Methadone kick in and help the pain. And then by the next day, when they wake up and they have the pain, they can take the Methadone and they feel the Methadone. You know what I'm saying? When we take our Suboxone in the morning, it don't do shit. You don't feel shit. It's like taking a vitamin. And it pisses me off. I'm like, can I at least get a little energy out of this motherfucker? That was the one thing that I liked about Methadone is that at least whenever I woke up in the morning, like I could get my little coffee and my Methadone and beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, bop, boop. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Celeste. Good job. I'm glad you got on got on Sublocade. How was your first shot? Was it scary? Man, I hate when they knock my fucking Wi-Fi down, man. It pisses me off so bad. Like right now, my Wi-Fi is knocked down because I have guys in my freaking house that are working on shit and they're not mindful of the damn Wi-Fi cord, So now I don't have Wi-Fi. No, you're not going to withdraw later in the month. You should be just fine. I'll tell you this, girl. I have a friend. She stopped taking Sublocade 1 year ago. And she's still testing positive for buprenorphine. So, let that sink in. I think you're going to be just fine, honey. Try to focus on not thinking about any kind of withdrawal, okay? Because if you start focusing on it and thinking about it, then you'll make it happen, okay? That's how powerful our minds are. And think about that, you guys. If our minds are powerful enough to, help us go into withdrawal, think about how powerful... Sorry, y'all. Think about how powerful our minds are in recovery. If we can do that with withdrawal, then imagine what we can do in recovery if we just put our fucking minds to it, So that's what I try to remind people of, that are struggling. Like, your mind is the battlefield is here. It's all here, okay? Everything that you have to do, your physical withdrawal, everything, the battlefield is here, okay? If you can get your mind right and focus on positive shit, building yourself up, taking care of yourself, walking, do whatever you have to do, right? It will literally save your ass in the long run, okay? It will save your ass. You will not feel as sick. You will not struggle as much if you can really get that mind right. Hey, Hannah, what's up, girl? Oh, I like this pen. And I didn't realize that. Thanks, PJ's mom. I didn't realize that, you guys, until probably like a year and a half to 2 years into my sobriety. I was on a live stream on my YouTube channel, right? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. When I think negatively and I tell myself, like, I can't do this, or I'm overwhelmed, or this, that, or the third, then guess what happens? I can't do this and I'm overwhelmed. But when I put my mind to it and I really, really work hard at trying to, stay positive and lift myself up, then I can handle it, man, like a boss, right? And so, yeah, that's what I'm trying to help you guys with. And I try to read like inspirational books, and stuff like that. The Courage to Change is one I read. The meditation book I read this morning, Jesus Calling. I want to write my own meditation book, though. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be so cool. Yeah, your mind, because your mind controls your body. And for the longest time, I didn't realize that, When you start to realize that, you are in charge, baby. Okay, that's when you gain control. So, mind over matter. That's what's happened with me in my weight loss, okay? So, for like the last, how many years I've been trying to lose weight? Since 2020, I guess. I kept saying, I can't lose weight. I can't lose weight. I'm never going to lose weight. I'm never going to get to a point where I'm happy and I want to be, and I feel good about myself. I'm always going to struggle. All this, right? Baby, that's not true. Okay. I can lose weight. All right. There's nothing wrong with me. My body is completely fine and healthy. I just needed to stop fucking eating. Okay. Like, I don't think you guys understand like how addicting food is. All the processed food that all the stuff that people put in the food, right? Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, PJ. All the things that they put in the processed food, like, it's created to get us hooked, right? And so I had to learn that what I put in my mouth is affecting me. And I didn't realize how much I was eating, because I was mindlessly eating in a binge. Okay. And so when I go into a binge, it's like a one-way ticket, right? I'm in the tunnel zone, and I'm eating because it tastes good and because it feels good. Now, I'm the kind of person, I like to do things that feel good. I love to have sex. I love to shoot dope. I love to, eat good food. I love sugary candy. I just love it all, right? I like shit that feels good. And I will go to the next level to get the shit that feels good. And so I had to start making sacrifices. And, honey, making sacrifices is hard at first, but instead of telling myself, like, I can't make the sacrifice, I can't do this, I can't stop eating, right? Or I'm never going to be able to stop this binge. Like, I used to say that to myself. I used to get so discouraged and tell myself, I can't do this. I can't, I'm going to be a failure. I'm not going to overcome this. Y'all, like, I literally changed my whole inner dialogue with myself. Totally. And I'm like, why can't I? Why can't I? I literally just have to put one foot in front of the other, right? All I have to do is be mindful of what I put in my pie hole, right? And this can go for your addictions too, y'all. All I have to do is go throughout my day and live with intention, okay? And so not just be blindly led doing nothing, right? Not just be doing things to be doing things with intention, right? And so when I wake up in the morning, I have a plan, right? I have to get my son up for school. I have to make him breakfast. I have to get my husband off to work, give him kisses and hugs, all that good stuff, right? And so every morning I have an intention, and I set that intention today. My intention was, I wanted to make sure that I got Nate to school, all that stuff taken care of. And then I wanted to sign on and do this live stream early this morning with you guys, because I wanted to talk about helping people that are unhoused. You know what I mean? And that's how this whole live started. But it started out with purpose, And so the more that I find myself, living in purpose and like doing things for a reason, the more I've become happy and I feel more fulfilled. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for like a long time, I would just be, I don't know how to explain this. I would just do things for gratification, just because, just like I said, just like eating, because it tastes good, right? And so, yeah. That's what's helped me. And I've really started to be more mindful. I got a purpose for the day. Yeah, I got purpose for the day. I got purpose every day. But I really have been trying to be more intentional with my purposes. You know what I'm saying? Now, today, after I get off here with you guys, I'm going to take a shower. And then I'm going to get ready. And I'm going to go... Well, no, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to clean up my room. I'm going to take my dog out to go to the bathroom. I'm going to eat me a little turkey sandwich. And then I'm going to get ready for Dr. B's live stream, because I have to do his live stream today. I have to be there to help him make sure that it gets off the ground without a hitch. You have to retrain your brain in recovery. Your brain has, listen to this, okay? Your brain, your mind you have all the power in your mind, okay? And so like your body is going to follow what your mind does, right? What your mind tells it to do. And so if you can just be mindful, right? And start thinking, okay, so today I don't want to use drugs. Today I don't want to get high. So I'm going to be mindful Today, I'm going to do things that will help me to stay sober. Today, I'm going to go to a meeting. Today, I'm going to call my sponsor. Today, I'm not going to drive down 12th Street where the crack rocks are, right? And like, because back when I was in active addiction, I didn't live with intention. I was just kind of like flowing with the wind, right? And so I would just wind up places because my mind was on autopilot. And when you practice doing something for so many years, going to 12th Street where the crack rocks are, then your mind, you'll take yourself there, right? With no intention of even being there in the first place, right? But it's just something that you have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced for so many years. And so probably in the last, I want to say I've been sober for 7 years, but the last 2 years, I've been really going through like a really big shift in my life and change in my life where I have a mission. I have a mission. I have a goal, you know? I still think the thought of not having drugs is terrifying to me. Why? I mean, that's because you have to find something that makes you happy besides drugs, you know? So like the thought of not having drugs doesn't terrify me anymore. You know why? Because I would rather have my son than have drugs. And that is the truth. Okay. There was a time in my life where I had a reservation and I missed getting high and I wanted to still be able to get high. Do you know what I'm saying? And so, but what has happened is my little boy, you guys, changed my life forever and saved me. Now, I'm not trying to tell y'all to go out there and go have some babies, but I'm telling you, that really saved my life because I was hopeless, man. I was hopeless. But then my son can only save my life for so long, right? And so I had to find something else that gave me purpose, that made me want to live, right? And so that is when I started sharing my story, right? So that first year that I was sober, that was all God and my baby boy. My baby saved me, right? But I could only hang on to that for, a year or so before I would be probably out there relapsed. I had to do something different. And so I had to find something that made me feel as good as getting high does. And you want to know? I've literally showed you guys, damn, I wish my Wi-Fi was on right now because I want to show those of you guys that are just coming in here. Okay? Being able to help people and literally hearing it in their voice when they say, thank you, you're saving my life. You've helped me so much. And hear them go, because they have a relief now because they know that they have somebody in their corner. When I tell you, it is like a high to me. It is like the best feeling in the world whenever I can help somebody and see that I'm able to help them. Is that crazy? I feel like that might sound crazy, but it's the truth. It's the truth. That's how I feel. It makes me so happy. And I feel like I get so much like dopamine, right? Like today, whenever I shared the story with you guys about the guy that me and my son pulled over for, and we raised the money up for his first month's rent, sober living, right? When we did that, you guys, when I tell you the feeling that I felt when we were able to pay for that man's first month's sober living, it was like I had the feeling all over again watching the show with y'all today, playing the video back, because it was such a miracle. And then realizing that God literally put me in this dude's path. Like, what are the chances of me driving down the road and pulling over because somebody was on the side of the road and my son said, hey, are we going to help that guy? And it being somebody from 20 years ago that I went to school with, from my hometown. You know what I mean? Like, what are the chances? The chances are that was a miracle. God placed me in that man's path at that time because that man was at his wit's end and he might have not made it another day. And he placed me in his path because guess what? I needed to be there because I needed to experience that, you know? I needed to experience when I saw him with his face in his hands and him crying, and I realized, wow, this is somebody I went to kindergarten with. And they remember me. You know, he said, Nicole DeMayo? And I was like, how do you know me? And he was like, it's Ian. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? And then he told me that he was a doctor that, you know, helps people with their prosthetics and helps people with different limbs and stuff like that. And that he got hooked on oxys because he had a back injury. And everything was fine at first, but then he started overtaking them. And he ended up getting hooked, and he became a heroin addict, you guys. He lost his practice. He had a family practice in Conway. Lost his wife, lost his daughter, and he was homeless on the streets of Little Rock shooting heroin. And here's me and my little boy driving by. And my little boy goes, hey, Mom, are we going to stop and help that guy? Because one of the things that me and my little boy do is whenever we're driving, especially when we're over by the Walmart, there's some girls that will be flying signs. And so we always pull over and we go over and we talk to them and we ask them, hey, why are you flying a sign? How did you become homeless if they're homeless, right? What's your story? What's your story? And I tell them my story. My name's Nicole. I used to fly a sign too. Only back in my day, I would walk up to every single car at the gas station. Can I get $3? Can I get $2? Can I get $3? You know, but I know what it's like. And so I would tell them a little bit about me and how my life is now. And then, you know, tell them about how Nate saved my life. And Nate would, my little boy, he's standing right there. And I'll say, this is my son, Nathaniel, and he saved my life. And Nathaniel's like, I saved my mom's life. I saved her life, you know, and we would get to know these people. And I always, you know, would be mindful and protect, you know, never let my son, you know, get in harm's way. But, you know, I always give the people, you know, a couple dollars if I have it. Always. If I have cash, I'm going to give it to somebody that's asking for it. Okay. And I told my son the same thing. Like, if you see somebody that's on the side of the road, I want you to think, what if that was my mom? Okay, what if that was my mom on the side of the road asking just for $2? Okay, because I remember what it was like to be out there. All I wanted to do, you guys, was buy clean syringes. Okay, all I wanted to do was get clean syringes because I didn't want to catch hepatitis C. Well, I ended up catching it anyway. But all I wanted to do was get clean syringes, and I needed $3 more. And I was walking around to every single car in this desperation, you know? Then when I get the money up to get the clean syringes, I'd go to the pharmacy and they deny me. They say, no, we won't sell you the syringes. Because that's how they are here in Arkansas. They're fucking judgmental ass motherfuckers, you know? They want you to get hepatitis C. But I remember, like, literally, you know, going from car to car asking for help, you know, because I just didn't want to shoot up behind somebody, which, like I said, I ended up doing it anyway and caught hepatitis C. But somebody asked me about hepatitis C. I got the cure last year around November. I need to go to the doctor and have my blood drawn, though, because they're supposed to check and make sure it's gone. I just haven't gone back. Ugh, that's not good. But, yeah, I should be cured. As far as I know, I am. Oh, Letty, thank you. And listen, you guys, I hope you guys know, like, I didn't put that video up about the doctor because I wanted you guys to, like, think I was a good person or give me a pat on the back or anything like that. I wanted to put that video up because I wanted to share with people how, like, just a little bit of compassion, you know, and to teach our children compassion. Because children are the most, they say the damnedest things, and children are harsh on each other, right? And so I want my little boy to be kind and loving and understanding. And if he sees a friend that is, you know, doesn't have clothes that are clean that day, or his shoes have a hole in them, I want my little boy to be the one that says, hey, I have some extra shoes at home. I can bring them to you tomorrow. Or, hey, I noticed that your clothes aren't always clean. Do you want to bring a bag of laundry and my mom will wash them for you? Because I would. And that's what I want my little boy to be able to be like. I want him to be able to have a good heart and help people when they're struggling, you know? And I'm not some like, I'm not like dumb, right? I don't think I can just walk around and save everyone. But what I try to do when I have interaction with somebody is I try to make that interaction so I want it to be a positive experience for them. And I want them to know that there's some people out there that do care and that are kind and that are loving, right? Because a lot of people, you guys, that are unhoused, that are on the streets, all they experience is judgment, right? And ridicule and people looking down on them, you know? And so a lot of those people were hard-working people. Oh, hell no, that looks crazy. Were hard-working people and just came up on bad times, you know? And a lot of those people are veterans. A lot of those people are mentally ill. And yes, some of those people do struggle with drug addiction, you know, but you would be surprised. Like most of the people here in my state that are homeless are veterans. So that's fucked up, you know? Exactly. A paycheck away. I need to let my dog out to pee. And then I gotta get in the shower. But yeah, I didn't put that video up because I wanted y'all to think I was all a good person or anything like that. Because I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to come across like that. But I just really wanted you guys to see like this miracle that happened. And that happened in 2019. And it was like a straight up miracle. Hold on, y'all. Like I said, I have construction going on in my house, so y'all bear with me, okay? I gotta take the dog out. Hey guys, I gotta take the dog to go pee pee. Do what? Okay. I will.
A lot of stuff here. It's a big mess here.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
No problem.
Thanks, ma'am.
No problem.
Okay, here we go.
Big mess.
It's okay. Thank you. Come on, baby girl. She's blind. She can't see. Go pee pee. So yeah, that's the construction that's going on in my house. They got stuff everywhere. Oh, thanks, August. Yeah, and so, I just think about the times when I didn't have a place to live and I had no money and I was hurting. Like, whenever people would help me, it meant the world to me, dude. Like, it literally changed my life, you know? Go poo-poo. You gonna go poo-poo, Jetta? She gotta go poo-poo, too. And so, just think about it. If just that little bit of help could change somebody's life and help and make their day, you know? But if you guys want to see the video of Ian receiving, me paying, us getting the money and calling Ian and telling him about it. Oh shit. I'm going to post it up on my YouTube channel because it's on this live stream right here. But I love you guys. I'm going to sign off of here. Go follow my YouTube. I'm going to upload this video right now. My YouTube is Discovering Nicole. All right. Love y'all.